Hello everyone. So we'll be doing an IPL profile player API testing. We'll be doing it with Postman. So what we'll be doing is we'll be creating a mock API. This will be done by creating a JSON format where it will include all the players' data using all of these mentioned attributes. I have already created a JSON file. Let me navigate to it. So the players.json file is where I've created all the players data. So let me open command prompt. Just entering cmd on the path will open command prompt in the current path. So yeah, I will enter npx json hyphen server JSON server, and then I will enter the name of the file, which is players.json. This will create an API for this JSON format. So this is the endpoint at which the API has been created. Let me copy it. I'll navigate to a browser. I'll paste the link. I'll open it, and then we can see that all the list of 10 players has been displayed here. The API is live. That is the reason we are able to navigate to a link, and we are able to visit and check through a browser. So let us check it, test it using Postman. Let me open Postman. Yes, it is launching, and I'll first create a new collection. So make it clean. It will be a blank collection, and then I'll add a request, which will be a get request. I'll paste the link. I'll click on send button. This will fetch all the data of the players, the list of all the 10 players. We can see that the 200 is being displayed, which means the API is good and running without any problems. Now what we have been asked is that, let me go through the PDF again. So we are asked to validate the status code, and then we need to validate the response time, and we need to also make sure we are validating the error also. Error handling validation is also done. Okay, now what I have to do is I'll go to the scripts section. I'll add a snippet where it will say status code is 200. This makes sure that the status code is 200, and it will display a sentence that status code is 200 and the website API is up and running. Let me add it to, yeah, I have written that if the response is 200, the status code will be 200. It will display status code is 200 and API is live. Let me check it. I'll click on the send button, and what we have got in the test results section is that test status code is 200, API is live, and this test has been passed. And now we'll go for the next validation, which is we need to validate the response time. So what I'll do, I'll go to the snippet section again. I'll Let me scroll through the response time. Yes, this response time is mentioned that 200, and but we need to check it for 500 milliseconds. So I'll change it to 500, and I'll add the sentence to be displayed as response time is less than 500 milliseconds. Yes. Now let me press send button. We can also use the shortcut control plus enter. So I'll try with the shortcut this time. So yes, and yeah, the second test has also been passed, that the response time is also very good and the API is very well running. And what is the third test we need to do? So we need to check whether the error handling is being done or not. So in case an invalid player ID is asked to be uh, in the is asked, we need it will prompt an 404 error, which means it wouldn't find any player ID corresponding to the player ID which we will be asking, which won't be present in the JSON file I have made. So in that case, what we can do is, there won't be any special snippet which mentions that the we need to there won't be another snippet which will mention about error handling. What we can do is, we can just copy the first test case, we'll just paste it here, and I'll change the status code to 404. We are let me explain again. We are just checking whether it will throw a 404 error in any case that would not pass this test case. So what we are doing is, we are just checking the test what we say, we are just checking the status code again here, but here this time we are checking for the status code 404, not the 200. 200 status code, which will be when the API will be live and running very nicely without any errors. 404 means there is an error, and the API is not able to output the required output. So what we can do is, I'll change the status code is 404 in the sentence which will be presented. Error is, I can write it as simply error 404 not found. Yeah, that is how most websites will list it. So again, I'll use the what do you say, I can use the shortcut control plus enter to check it out. Yeah, this has failed because it didn't get an error 404, which means it failed error 404, and it has been passed with the first test case, that since there is no error right now and it is up and running very without any issue. So what I'll do is, I'll go into the URL, I'll just press another slash, and I will press 1. This would make sure that the first ID of the players will be generated. So I'll press Ctrl plus enter, and we can see that the test cases are the same, but the output here, which is just second body, yeah, we can see that only the attributes and the IDs of the details of the first player are only listed, since I have mentioned that I only need details of the first player. Now we only have a list of 10 players. We have created only a list of 10 players. There is no 11th player or 12th player or 13th player or so on. So in case if I press slash 13, it doesn't know what to do, and we can run and check for the test cases. We can click on send, and now we can see that the response time is fine. Now this has passed the error 404 test case, which means it hasn't found this specific 13th player's details, and the status code is not 200, and it has failed the first test case. So that's about it. I think I have explained everything and I have covered everything. Yes, I can check the PDF and I can ensure that I have covered everything. Yeah, so that's about it. Thank you so much.